Hi, my name's Todd, and this is my dooryard. So it is currently 77 degrees foolish. That makes it 22 degrees in the civilized world. And today we're going to try and chase down that brake leak. I've been fighting this thing on and off all week, and so now I got these. We'll see. I've been I bought many from the local House of Chrome. They're a Dorman product, made in India, and I've put a whole stack of them that it appears a little cone inside. Let me see if I can actually. Come on, focus. Yeah, well, this is what happens when you use a cheap camera. Whatever. The little cone inside that the flare fitting is supposed to land on. They'll look like a manufacturing defect that caused the cone to be a little misshapen, and I just could not get them to seal. So we're going to swap out one of these, and we're going to try again. And get some gloves on so I'm not making a mess of myself, and we'll see what we get. All right. Come on. Oh God, I hate the odor of that brake fluid. Beauty of this is I've given myself so much room to work down in here. If I had just been a little bit more self-aware, I could have rerouted this and made it a little bit easier to get to. But, well, since it's all custom anyway. Hindsight being 2020, I guess. Come on. Oh my God. Come on. Don't let me go on there. It's not that tough. Jesus Christ. Come on. Now. My God, come on. Some days, I swear. Yeah, let's try this again. Well, come on. Don't want you to go unstopped. You go on. Why are you not? All right. This one, junk. Let's try this one. Hey. This is awesome. Why does everything have to be a pain in the ass? There's next to nothing left in that one. Oh my God, come on. There we go. You ain't gotta be like this. Oi. thing is leaking like a sieve and there ain't even any pressure on it. I don't know how much tighter I can get it. The hell am I going to do here? Drip, 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 drip. At that pace. At that pace. Alright. So, this obviously is not working. What am I going to do different in order to make this work? First of all, I'm going to plug this. We quit using all that all over the place. Come on. Of course not. So, the definition of insanity is continually doing the same thing and expecting different results, right? So, yeah. I'd like to get that fitting out from where it is. Maybe put it up here. Or up here. Where I can actually get to it. Um, oi, oi, Gibbolt. Let me bring you guys over here so you can see more clearly what I'm talking about. Perhaps. Maybe one of you got the brilliant plan. Alright, that is the T-fitting that we're trying to get on down there. And I'm just, this hole here, right here, is just too small for me to really effectively get into. Maybe a couple of unions, one on that line, one on that line, and route them both up and put it over here. I could probably like mount that T right here and bring this, replace this brake line here to come right up to this T, and then route them both back down. Be a little bit more brake line, because that ain't getting it. That one's, maybe it's my technique. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. I mean, there's nothing special about these things, is there? Is there? Is there something special about these I don't know about? Because, yeah. Maybe I'm just not that smucking fat. It's frustrating, though. It's frustrating that it's not getting me to where I want to go. Nothing in it, no pressure. It's leaking. It's leaking like a sieve. I can't tighten those any tighter than what I got. I mean, I know I'm an old guy and I ain't got the strength of a young buck anymore, but this is getting silly. I think I'm going to take that T right out of there again. And we'll see if we can't figure something else out. So the other thing that I got going on here is the 65 uses a mechanical brake light switch that is currently disconnected and just hanging loose under the dash. And it's supposed to go on the pin that goes through the push rod actuator, and they're notoriously sketch. And I'm thinking about replacing that with a pressure switch, because those are a lot more reliable. And if I do that with a pressure switch, I'm going to need another T in order to, have that pressure switch hooked up to the system. And I mean, those pressure switches are cheap. They're $10. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to reroute this and put it up here. Let's clean that brake fluid off that spot of paint. Try and minimize the amount of exposure that crap gets to the everything. Stuff is for horrible, horrible stuff, brake fluid is. I'm not exactly this wheel brake line had been replaced recently, and somebody lost all the body attachment hardware. I've lost that screw that goes to this one here that holds it onto the firewall. It's on the top of the transmission bell housing area somewhere. I gotta get under there, figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. But until then, I'm going to leave that plugged. I'm going to get this other line out of here. And, yeah. Let's make that happen. As much as I don't want to get down here and dig around with this more, it's obviously what needs to happen. You stay. Okay, that's good. Maybe I can get this one on it now. Oh yeah. Well, what's that telling me? I see. Okay. Yeah, this line is very poorly made. I'll bring you guys over here again for a second. Let me show you something. Okay, as you know, brake lines come with like a long threaded end and a short threaded end. This is a long one, this is a short one. Come on, focus on the thing that we're looking at. This is a long one, this is a short one, this is a short one. This nut is as tight as I can get it into that fitting. But yeah, see, she ain't even tight to the, it ain't holding the cone tight. Maybe what I ought to do is remake this and put the long end up here, and remake this, put the long end here, so I got the long end on, so it's getting more push. What do you think? I got one more piece of brake line kicking around in the house. I think I'm gonna, hold on a second. We're gonna try something. All right. Let's see if we can't get that one apart, huh? What do you think that is? 11/16? No, probably more like 5/8. Yes. All right. You guys got to move for a second. Can you still see there? Not at all, but trust me, that's what we're doing. How about right there? 8 3/8, not 11, not, yeah. This would be a lot easier if this was more firmly attached to the... Hey, loosen, not tighten, Todd. Imagine that. There we go. Alright, there's that. Let's see if we can't fish that right out of there. What do you think? What are the odds this comes out without too much grief? Let's take that other... Let's take the line up to master off. Take that right off. See if we can't thread this back down through there. Or up through here. One of the two. Let's try down first. Okay, up through it is. Alright, you can plainly see that that is not sealing on there. I don't think I can get it. Wow. It's just... Wow. Okay. Why are you being in such pain to get through there? Wow. Let's try going back the other way. Let's see what we get. Wow. Why are you being so awkward? Oh, yeah, just like. Yeah, I know. It's that portioning valve that's like right up against. Oh, salty sweat in the eye. I don't want to touch my face with these oil-covered gloves. And of course, now my hands are all sweaty. I can't get the new gloves on very well. So just let it rest for a moment. Let's not put that brake fluid covered thing on the. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I believe I'm going to completely remake this line and make it longer and route it right up so that it comes up right up here. And I think I'll put the I don't know why you're being so difficult. If I'm going to make a new one, I might as well just fucking rip this bitch right out. I'd like to get it out without damaging it so that let me show you what I think's going on here. Right here on this one. See, we got long threaded end, short threaded end. Long threaded end, short threaded end. On this line, we got long threaded end down here at the wheel. Got the short threaded end up at this T. This nut is as tight into this fitting as I can get it. And you can see it ain't holding it tight. So maybe maybe there's some shit on these threads that it's just not allowing it to go in far enough. Or maybe I should be going to the long end here, because I got the long end down there, boop, right there, and that seems to be sealing up. So, regardless, we're going to put it up here. Even if I gotta build a little bracket for that and put a self-tapper in it. We'll figure it out. Oh, yeah. I just got these new fresh pair of gloves on and it just fell in. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see this, the amount of... Alright, that's continuing to tighten. But that just will not seal on there at all. So let's loosen this up. And what do we think? Is the fault here or is the fault here? Because, I mean, that's... See if we can screw this end into it and have it seal up. You see, we're coming to the end of the threads, coming to the end of the clean threads. Maybe it's just that it's fucking gooey shitty. Well, I still want to put that, I'm positive I get enough brake line to remake that. I know I still want to put that pressure brake light switch in, which is, oi, it's only 77, 78 degrees foolish out, but the humidity is quite high. It's making it, yeah, we're supposed to get around to storms tonight. Let's clean this loose brake fluid off that steering box rather than rot it out. And I'm confident that I got enough brake line to replace this one that we just took out, because it's obviously an older steel line and it is on its way out the door. Obviously newer than 1965, but old enough. Let's pick up some shit, and I got one other thing I'd like to get done today. Let's see if we can't make this happen. Hold on, just a second. We'll be right back. Okay, I do not believe that both of the horns are working. So let's give this thing a little go. See if we can get... That one works. How about this one? These both sound like the same tone. That one sounds like it needs to be tuned. Yeah, they're both the same tone. They should be different tones, shouldn't they? Well, I guess I gotta think about that some, figure out what we're gonna do there. But I guess it's another shopping trip to the local House of Chrome. Buy some more crap that's probably no good. Don't care for this high humidity so much. I know this is kind of a short one and not a very satisfying conclusion, but you know, that's how these things go sometimes. We'll keep picking away at it, and eventually maybe we'll get there somewhere. I think I got a pretty good idea of what I want to do with going forward on my that brake line. I think moving that up there is going to be a good choice. I think getting a pressure switch in that system is probably going to be a good idea. I need to have that in before I do it, get it all solved. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for sticking around and watching this level of stupid, or whatever it is that you want to call it. And yeah, please like, subscribe, click the little bell icon, you know, all that stuff. I'm sure there'll be all kinds of cat videos in the not too distant future, a bunch of shorts. Follow the wifely stuff over at thecatsfamiliar.com. We appreciate you. We'll catch you next time. This has been an Empty Pockets production.